Okay.
All right, welcome everybody.
So
Happy
we're
Saturday.
not in this,
Wanted to,
we're
sorry,
not in that website anymore?
no, no.
No.
Right now we are
Okay.
doing Flanders, Belgium. Okay. So again, the course is under my certificate workshop here. You'll click on the link right there. I will put it in the chat box. So this is another program. So if you didn't join us last week, go ahead
What
and
the
register.
world?
It's very quick. Okay. Again, always use Archer Travel as the agency. You are the agent.
Flanders Field.
Okay. So
That's why I started laughing.
oops, hold on.
Whoa. I'm not even in the,
Okay. If you go into the chat box, click on that link, and that's the new course we're doing now. Okay, so you'll go in there and you'll register. Again, new user registration, very easy. For those that joined me last week, go ahead and sign in. And we will go to our training. So again, start your training. So let me know, Jordan, that you got signed in okay. Everybody else, Rachel, let me know that you guys get registered. It's very easy to register. Again, Archer Travel is the agency. You are the agent.
I screenshot because my daughter's gonna be joining, so I'm
Perfect.
screenshotting for her. So if you guys need pictures, I got them.
Perfect. Thank you. See, that's what's fun. Also,
Marty, we put in our address,
if
not
it's
the
under
agency's.
again, it's if it's agent, it's your address. If it's agency, it's Archer. So depending on what it's asking. Let me see my profile. All right. Courses, edit my detail. Where's my profile? So your personal info, company, that's Archer Travel. Okay, when it says company, again, because we work under their licensing. And then these are just for yourself, you know, which destinations you like to sell. Down here, again, the IATAN, if you have a CLIA card, you can put that number in there also. A consortia is travel leaders. Okay, so very easy. Again, you provided the information for Archer Travel. As I said, you're going to need to put that information in a lot. Company phone number. So there I had put the wrong phone number. So it's 1-818-248-1511 because it's not a cruise, it's the office. Okay. All right.
Okay, Marty, I'm sorry to be redundant. So I'm in here, it asks for an address. It doesn't say agent, but it says job title function, travel agent. So company status, it's not specifically saying agency. So I'm just to put my information in there.
Yeah, company name and status is Archer Travel. The address, because if you look at my screen, it's showing company. Which
Right. Okay. Okay. But our address is going to be Archer's address.
If up here it asks for your address, that's your personal.
Okay,
But down
Roger that.
here it's saying company, so company will be Archer.
Okay, Roger that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions about getting registered? Down here, Travel Leaders Network, right here. And then, of course, the IATA number. And everything else is just based on what you like to sell or do. Okay. Okay. All right. So once you get registered, again, it's very easy. We'll go into the training. As you see, we've completed 3 and we have 4 left. So you should be able to go into the other trainings. Let me see. Yeah, because it let me jump to the next one without the first one. So, all right. So
One last question. Put Archer's number or my number, phone number.
it'll be Archer's because it's under the
And
company.
it says, okay, so mobile number, I think I put mine and then its company phone will be Archer's.
Correct.
Okay. Will we use the 1511?
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Sorry.
No worries. All right. Okay. So here we are.
Where'd to go?
Okay, so we're going to go into training, and then from there, it'll take you into the courses. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in the chat box too, so in case you anybody needs to jump in, there it is. All right. So we finished Brussels, Antwerp. We finished getting to and around Flanders, and Flanders, the essentials. So we saw Bruges and Ghent, art, heritage, and culture, cycling, and the Flanders fields. Again, we want to finish it so we get our beautiful certificates like our TBO and our Royal Caribbean. All right, so let's get started on Bruges and Ghent. Discover more about the romantic, cool cities of Bruges and Ghent and what they have to offer. You could sell them both as a 2-center short break. So let's get started. Let me make sure you guys can see my screen and everybody can hear, correct? I just want to make sure.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And I am recording, correct? Yes, and my sound is shared. Perfect. All right. All right, Bruges, arguably one of the best well-known Flemish cities, is the best preserved example of medieval Flanders. Many famous Flemish artists, such as the Flemish primitives Jan van Eyck and Hans Memling. Thank you, Cynthia. Tomorrow we're doing Australia, so for anybody that's leaving. All right.
Excuse me.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. I have one question. I'm on the page where I'm registering, right? Where I'm filling out the information. I can't see part of it, the picture, and I have to fill it out. It's like I can only see the TA, and then it's got like the little um the asterisk, and it's just a yes or no. It's like right at the very end. I don't know what the heck to put, yes or no.
Yeah,
I can't see the whole screen though, and I've tried to zoom it out, and I still can't see the rest of it.
I don't see a yes or no on here. Does anybody else recall seeing a yes or no?
Yeah, he's talking about when he signs up. If you shrink your screen, not zoom in on it, it should show
That,
you the bottom
that's what I
part.
did, and yeah, I can't even see past
So
the.
what's the
I
yes or
can't
no?
even see past it.
Yes or no, because maybe he can just click on that. Yes, tomorrow at 10. Correct. Australia.
I think here at the area it says I am a home worker. Yes.
Yeah, right under that one.
Yeah, IATA, yes. The program, communication, personal email, you would click that. And then the next one is general communication consent, asking you, do you want updates from them? It's not really,
Oh,
you will.
okay, wait. So I pressed yes, and then it showed a box that says ABTA number.
That's
That's what it's trying to say. I think that's a no. Because I pressed yes and that
Yeah,
came up.
you put no on that one. It's just IATA number.
The IATA number, yeah, it won't show me the whole thing. And I zoomed it out. I tried to shrink my screen, and it still has a freaking box. The screen cutting
okay.
it out.
For the ABTA number?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I
Okay,
pressed
well,
yes on the first one, and then I pressed no on the second one.
that's fine.
Yeah.
And then it'll be your personal email. You click yes, and then down below it says you want updates.
All right. Sorry, guys. So we're back. Bruges, arguably one of the many referred to. Okay, so many Flemish artists, such as Flemish primitives, Jan van Eyck and Hans Memling, called the city home during the 15th century, and Bruges quickly became the meeting point for many artists. Bruges is often referred to as the Venice of the North, as the heart of the city is surrounded by an almost continuous ring of canals. The entire historic city center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is bursting with fascinating buildings and museums due to the city's medieval architecture and historic buildings having been so well preserved. Bruges is a regular star on TV and at the movies, including the 2008 cult comedy film In Bruges, the 2013 TV period drama The White Queen, and the recent Bollywood blockbuster
Man.
Getting there and getting around. The best way to get to Bruges from Brussels National Airport is by train at the lower ground level at the airport. Usually requires a change of train at Brussels, Midi, and Ghent. Journey time from the airport is around 90 minutes, or from the Eurostar and Thalys terminal at Brussels, Midi, about an hour. There are buses available next to the train station to take visitors into the city center. All they need is a day-lin ticket. Buying a multiple journey ticket is recommended when staying several days, which can be bought in newsstands, ticket booths, or supermarkets. People arriving by coach will be dropped off at the Barsplang Kanaland, which is exclusively reserved for coaches and within walking distance of the historic city center. City's compactness makes it very easy to discover on foot. Visitors will feel transported back to medieval time while strolling through the many little cobbled streets and alleys. Accommodation. The city has around 3,000 rooms on offer, mainly in 4- and 3-star hotels, including many of the international chains, as well as wide range of high-end, cozy boutique hotels. All right, so there's Bruges. All right, so go to next. The city icons. A must-see icon of Bruges is the Belfry Tower, a medieval bell tower built in the 13th century, which at over 270 feet high, 83 meters, offers jaw-dropping views of the quaint town below. It's not for the faint of heart, though, as there are 366 steps and no elevator to reach the top. Perfect place to reflect and enjoy some peace and quiet is the Bengenage, which was founded in 1245 by the Countess of Flanders, Margaretha of Constantinople. It is now home to order of Benedictine nuns and it's a true oasis of serenity with its tree-lined canals, white gabled houses, and a simple church. All right, so beautiful. Modern, a very modern icon of the city of Bruges is a state-of-the-art concert hall known as Concertgebouw. This international center for music boasts outstanding acoustics, allowing visitors to enjoy a very wide range of musical performances, including classical, jazz, and rock, alongside other performing arts, including comprehensive contemporary dance program. There are even backstage tours available. It's difficult to think of Bruges and not think of its many canals or rain. A relaxing boat trip while enjoying the beautiful sights, learning about the city's history is a must when visiting the city. Oh, cool. Vicky's been all over. Look at that. You'll encounter many swans during the boat trip, and these elegant creatures even have somewhat of an iconic status themselves. City's signature chocolate is even shaped in the form of a swan. More information about this in the food and drink section of this module. The city is famed for its cultural heritage craft of lace making and offers something to suit every taste, from classic pieces to hip contemporary creations. The recently refurbished Lace Museum even offers workshops where visitors can learn how to make and be aware it is a craft that requires some practice. All right, look how beautiful. And the swans, yeah, definitely must see. All right, top attractions. You have Saint Saviour Cathedral. Museums. Bruges has a broad variety of amazing museums to discover. Key starting point for art lovers would be the Gronage Museum, which offers visitors an overview of the history of Belgian art. Again, you may want to take pictures of these or save this information for when you post your certificate. This offers visitors an overview of the history of Belgian art, ranging from neoclassicism to Flemish expressionism, and of course the Flemish primitives. The world-famous Madonna with Child by Michelangelo can be admired in the St. Saviour's Cathedral, along with a medieval organ and tapestries. As mentioned in the city icons section, Bruges is known for lace making, and visitors can find out all about it and even learn how to make beautiful creations in the newly refurbished Lace Museum. It tells the story of Bruges lace through multimedia installations and interactive experiences. History buffs can find out everything there is to know about the city of Bruges throughout history in the Historium. Their visitors will learn what city life used to be like using all the senses, and the Historium also houses one of the city's most stylish bars, the Duvelorium, a perfect spot for refreshing beer. So there that is. It looks kind of cool. Insider tip, head out onto the terrace for great views of the Belfry and Market Square. So food and drink are very important. So again, if you're focused on foodies, guys, definitely you go ahead and share this. It's very important in Bruges. So just around the corner from the Historium is the newest museum, the Beer Museum. It offers a chance to learn more details about beer, hops, brewing with the aid of a tablet. The QR codes on information panels offer more beer stories, images, and text, and the price of the ticket also includes 3 beers from the 16 beers on offer in the bar downstairs. When feeling peckish afterward, then the Fritz Museum, Belgian Fries Museum, or Choco Story are the next logical stops. Visitors will learn all about the history of fries and cocoa, respectively, and will be able to finish their visits with a tasty treat. Shop. Because the center of Bruges is closed off to cars, the city is ideal for a day off strolling around, going from one shop to the next. The main shopping street is located between Market Square and the Old City Gates, offering everything from big international brands to second-hand and vintage shops, and even quaint little lace boutiques. With over 55 chocolate shops, finding some tasty souvenir to take home will not be a problem. City is bursting with passionate chocolatiers, from established names to young talent. You'll find the classic chocolates and pralines, such as the Bruges Swan. There are also more edgy ways to enjoy chocolate, such as a Dominique Persons chocolate line, which has pralines with less conventional fillings, such as bacon or balsamic vinegar, and even a chocolate shooter, which will shoot chocolate powder up your nose. Okay, it was made for the Rolling Stones' Ronnie Wood. Wow, that's kind of crazy. All right, the Cactus Festival. Plenty to visit and do throughout the year in Bruges. Below you will find a small list with their key months to help you with promotions and suggestions for your clients. A more comprehensive list can be downloaded from the agent's toolbox. So again, you may want to save these different festivals that they have for future reference. So Bruges Beer Festival is in February. Cactus Festival is in July. Zand Flea Markets, early July, early August, and late September. Cookie, an annual gastronomical event, is in September. December Dance at the Concert Hall is in December, and then Christmas Markets is in December. So lots of fun events to choose from. Attractions and outdoor activities, family friendly. So as mentioned earlier, Bruges is often referred to as the Venice of the North because of its many canals. It's only natural that a boat trip through the city is the first thing to do when arriving in Bruges. This relaxing way to get your bearings will suit everyone, but especially families with children. Alternatively, visitors who prefer to stay on land should go for a horse and carriage ride through the historic center of the city. The Chocolate Museum, Choco Story, dips visitors in the history of chocolate and lets children discover the museum through a chocolate hunt. After the visit, there's time to sample some chocolates which are right there which are right there in the on-site atelier. Sorry, that like, doesn't sound right, but anyway. Okay, a boat trip in Bruges. When looking for a fun-filled day, a great place to go is Boudewijn Park. It's located on the outskirts of the city, but is easily reached by bus from either the train station or the city center. The park boasts plenty of fun rides, an indoor playground, a farm, and even puts on a grand show with dolphins in the dolphinarium. Zeebrugge Seafront. Another great idea for a day trip is heading to Zeebrugge at the Belgian coast, which gets its name meaning Bruges by the sea. From being connected to Bruges by the Vondelen Canal, head for the beach, stroll along the promenade, or enjoy some of the freshest fish this village has to offer. Green spaces. Before the train station was built, where it is now, visitors used to ride in the city, what is now called the King Albert Park. Next to the tracks used to be lots of grassland and open fields, which is why it was transformed into a beautiful park, which now serves as a green entrance to the city. Most locals would head for the Queen Astrid Park, a green lung in the middle of the city center. Despite being close to many of the top attractions of the city, the park is secluded by the surrounding trees and even has a little lake. In the south part of the city lies the Mini Water Park with its mini water lake. Known as the Lake of Love, legend has it that you'll experience eternal love when walking over the bridge over the lake with your partner. So that's something cute, especially after Valentine's Day, right? All right. Enjoying Bruges, food and drink. Find out about the city's local beers, Bruges, Zot, and Stoffhendrik at the Half Moon Brewery Half Moon, where visitors can take part in guided tours, learning all about the traditional brewing process. After walking down narrow steps and up high floors, visitors are rewarded with beautiful vistas across Bruges. While the beer is still brewed at this historic location, the bottling of the beer and filling of the crates happens in a warehouse just outside the city. To get the beer to the warehouse more easily and faster, the brewery has started raising funds to install an underground beer pipeline. After learning all about the brewing process, visitors can enjoy some local specialties such as Flemish stew made with the local beer. If they're still thirsty after this, then visitors should head for Bruges Bear Pub. This specialist beer house offers around 300 different beers. Kind of cool, right? From the 2016, the new Bourgeon des Flanders brewery will open its doors in Bruges. The beer was first brewed in Bruges in 1909, and visitors can learn all about it in an interactive discovery tour. Chocolate lovers are sure to find something delicious in one of the 55 chocolate shops in the city has to offer. The most traditional chocolate is the Bruges Swan, which, as the name suggests, is a chocolate shaped in the form of a swan, referring to the many swans in the city canals. Not to be overlooked, however, are the local lace biscuits, locally referred to as Klotskoppen, referring to the intricate design of Bruges lace mimicked by the cookie. How cool. All right, so those are the chocolate swans. Nightlife. Bruges offers a high-quality cultural program, so there's plenty to do in the evenings. As mentioned, the concert hall offers everything from a night of classical music to rock and roll. Jazz lovers should head for the De Werf Cultural Center. The venue is popular with Belgium's top jazz musicians and even hosts a free jam session every second Monday of the month. In the beautiful, recently refurbished Neo-Renaissance City Theater, visitors can enjoy contemporary dance performances and classic plays, as well as concerts. Practical information. Bruges has a museum pass, which allows entry into 14 museums over 3 consecutive days. There are also a number of different combination ticket visitors can purchase if they only have time to visit 1 or 2 key museums, which offers a special reduced price. Okay. Next, Ghent. While many people have heard of Bruges, Ghent is one of Flanders' secret jewels. Could be a test question. Waiting to be discovered. During the Middle Ages, it was one of the most important cities in Europe, as it was an important trade center, producing textiles made from imported English wool. The city shifted its focus towards the shipping trade because of its location along the Ley and Scheldt rivers, before reviving its prime role in the cloth industry during the Industrial Revolution. Today, Ghent has many beautiful medieval buildings, traces of history throughout the city center. Over the centuries, the city has evolved and is now an attractive fusion of old and new, where almost every medieval facade has its contemporary counterpart. As it's very compact city, it's perfect for exploring by foot. The city is divided into two main quarters, the historic district and the arts district. Getting there, Ghent is located in the heart of Flanders and is very easy to reach from Brussels Airport or Brussels Midi Station for arrivals by Eurostar and other international train services. Fast trains serve Ghent directly from Brussels National Airport, whisking you to the city in around an hour from the station at level -1 in the airport's arrival hall. There are regular Belgian railway services from Brussels Midi Station taking around 30 minutes, and these are the services to use in conjunction with a Eurostar any Belgian station ticket. Gent's main rail station is Gent Sint-Pieters. Gent is also very easy to reach by direct train from other cities in Flanders, just under an hour from Antwerp and less than half an hour from Bruges. Once you've arrived in Gent, the easiest way to get around is on foot, but there is a comprehensive tram service that will take you right into the heart of the city center. Buses also run throughout the city, and tickets, single or multiple journeys for both trams and buses are available. From the Day Lin ticket booths or any supermarket or newsstand. Alternatively, head for the tourist's office and buy a Jet City card, which allows you access to all public transportation except trains. Accommodations, Jet has over 1,400 rooms available, including the well-known international chains, as well as fabulous boutique hotels and some very upmarket B&Bs. At the other end of the spectrum, Jet has a good number of good quality hostels in some of the city's most sought after locations. So again, you got some options there. All right, city icons, Gent's 3 towers of Jet. Those of the St. Nicholas Church, St. Bavo's Cathedral, and the UNESCO recognized belfry form an impressive skyline, which is best admired from the equally beautiful St. Michael's Bridge. It's because of these 3 towers that the city of Ghent is often referred to as a medieval Manhattan. So beautiful, right, guys? If you enter the St. Bavo's Cathedral, you will find yourself admiring another Ghent icon, the Adoration of the Mystic Lamb, also referred to as the Ghent altarpiece. This majestic altarpiece by Flemish primitives, the Van Eyck brothers, is a prime example of medieval painting, and to this day, it's surrounded by mystery. The Just Judges panel was stolen in the 1934 and remains missing until this day. A story that became famous on the big screen in the 2014 movie, The Monuments Men. There's no overlooking the impressive castle of the Counts, right in the center of the city, which dates back to 1180. Go all the way to the top and enjoy magnificent views over Ghent. There's a much darker side of the castle too, as it was once an infamous prison where many unfortunate souls underwent terrible torture. A perfect example of Ghent being a city that mixes classic and contemporary architecture beautifully in the city pavilion. Opened in 2012 and locally referred to as the Town Hall, it sits among the historic buildings in the middle of the city and is a stunning example of the modern day design. All right. Finally, Ghent is famous for its many festivals. Every summer in July, the entire city goes crazy with its Ghent festivals. 10 days full of performances, street theater, fairs, and much more entertainment. Another reason to stay up after dark is to experience Jet by night, especially during the tri-annual Light Festival, where international artists create breath-taking light installations, putting the city's buildings and monuments literally at the spotlight. Top attractions, so you have the museums to discover more about Jet. Head to the City Museum Stam, where you'll learn all about the city's history. The museum is housed in a 14th century abbey located outside the center, but just a 10-minute walk from the Citadel Park, which makes a perfect day out when you want to escape the busier city center. After a relaxing break in the Citadel Park, art lovers should definitely take the time to visit the Museum of Fine Arts and the Museum of Contemporary Art, SMAC, which are both located in the south side of the park. The Design Museum is located close to the Castle of the Counts. The impressive permanent collection makes the museum unique in its kind in Belgium and is constantly surprising visitors and with temporary exhibitions. Even more surprising is the street art scene in Jet. After certain areas were repeatedly painted with graffiti, the city council designated a handful of streets to budding artists to showcase their works. These streets are now known as the graffiti alleys, and visitors can go on a tour along the most impressive pieces. It's very cool there. Shopping, Jet is one of the best places to find beautiful vintage items, original jewelry, and unique handmade pieces. With Europe's largest pedestrianized shopping area around Waldstraat, visitors are sure to find something to suit their taste. When looking for tasty treats, antiques, or other great secondhand treasures, it's the markets you need to visit. Most of them take place during the weekend, such as St. Jacob's Market, where it pays to arrive early. Another not to miss market is the weekly flower market, which takes place on the quarter every Sunday morning. Beautiful. The city of Jet is best, and its festivals are synonymous with the myriad of amazing events happening throughout the year. Below, you'll find a small list with their key months to help you with promotions and suggestions for your clients. For more comprehensive list, please visit the agent's toolbox. So the Light Festival every 3 years in January, Floralies every 5 years in April, Jet Jazz Festival is every July, the Jet festivities is every July, Festival of Flanders Jet, September through October, and then the Jet Film Festival is in October. All right, almost done with this one. Family friendly. While the aforementioned Castle of the Counts will transport children back to medieval times and make them feel like knights and princesses, other museums such as City Museum, the Design Museum, and many more offer children's tours. Castle of the Counts. A definite stop when visiting Jet with the family is the World of Kina, which consists of a beautiful garden and a house. The garden boasts more than 1,000 different plant species, a beehive, even live tarantulas. After exploring the garden, families can continue their visit in the house, where you'll find an impressive model of the city, how it was 450 years ago, complete with light and sound. Another family attraction is the House of Algen, where children will be welcomed by a little ghost before learning all about how men and women lived in Jet during the 20th century. All right, on a sunny day, it's worth exploring the neighboring areas just outside the city, such as Blommerson Sports and Recreation Park. With its large lake, it's perfect for a spot of sunbathing, swimming, or even kayaking. People who prefer to stay on dry land can visit the skating rink, play tennis, try their skills at mini golf, and much more. Green spaces. It's not always necessary to leave the city in order to find some real nice green areas. When visiting St. Peter's Abbey, make sure to walk through the wooden side gate to explore its garden and vineyard. During May and June, many students head for the garden to study in peace and quiet. City's main green lungs, the King Albert Park and the Citadel Park, are located near the south side of the city. We also find the Botanical Garden, located opposite the Citadel Park. The garden, together with its tropical, subtropical greenhouses, belong to the Jet University. Walking enthusiasts can visit the Bergen-Doshemen Plains, which are located just outside the city. And this 570-acre plain is the ideal spot to relax, spot wildlife, and learn about nature in the brand new visitor center. And last but not least, enjoying Ghent food and drink. Ghent is a city full of people who enjoy good food and healthy lifestyle. The city is known as the veggie capital of Europe because of its largest number of vegetarian restaurants per capita. Every Thursday is Veggie Day without obligation, of course, and visitors can even go on a veggie-themed route and try out all the wonderful food along the way. Delicious food at Flanders Kitchen, Rebels Restaurant, Woldtop. All right, meat lovers need not be afraid. They are sure to find delicious meals in the city. There are plenty of talented chefs, both upcoming and established ones, that offer the best of what Flemish gastronomy has to offer. Find out more about these Flanders Kitchen Rebels in the brochure in your agent's toolbox. This is a Ganda ham. While Ghent is certainly trend-setting when it comes to gastronomy, there are still classic, true and tried local specialties to try during a visit. Try some delicious Ganda ham with local Tarenten mustard. Head to the Groot Velhuis to try all the local specialties, or if you have a sweet tooth, why not go for a Kubendans, otherwise known as Ghent noses. These sweets are traditionally have a liquid raspberry filling, but nowadays you can try a whole range of flavors. All right. Of course, no Flemish city is fully represented without its own beer and very special brewery. That's definitely worth a visit in the Groot Brewery. Brewery is led by Annick de Splinter, a remarkable lady who brews her beer with a traditional herb mixture known as Groot, instead of the hops like other beers. Nightlife by night is not only beautiful, but it's bound to keep you entertained until the early hours as well. City has around 320 cafes, each with its own atmosphere, where often you'll be able to enjoy some live music, different kinds of local beers. One of the places to be is Culture Club. And if you're looking for somewhere to dance, but a bit more low-key, head for the Overpoort area. This is where you'll find the students enjoying themselves after a long day of studying and lectures. Ghent is known for its beautiful opera house and many different theaters where you can enjoy classic plays as well as new creations. And then practical information, Ghent recently introduced their very own city card, which is available for 48 or 72 hours and includes entry to main museums and attractions, free use of public transportation, bicycle rental for 1 day, free use of hop-on, hop-off water tram for 1 day, and even a guided boat tour. Just like Bruges, you'll find water throughout Ghent, and going on a boat trip is a definite must. City cards can be bought at the Visitor Center, which is just around the corner of the Castle of Counts, or any participating museum and Daylin ticket booths. For more information, you can visit Ghent.be-info. Okay. Whew. All right, everybody ready for their test? Whew. That was a long one. All right. How long does it take to get to Bruges from the airport or by train? 1 hour?
45 minutes.
45 minutes? Thank you.
Yeah, I missed the first part of this, but it took me a minute to get here, but I'm ready.
Are you caught up? Okay. And just so you know, again, some of the test questions may be out of order. So if somebody wants to put the answers in there, because this may be your number 10 question versus our number 1. Okay.
I'm gonna need to write some of this down.
Okay.
Hold on. Yeah, because my answers aren't the same.
Yeah, mine are different.
Yeah. So this will be like number 5 on yours or something. So just if somebody wants to put 45 minutes or take a picture. So when your question comes up. All right. Oh, it's correct.
Cool.
Okay. How about 90 minutes or 1 hour? What do you guys think?
I think it's 45.
I just did it, said it was wrong.
Oh, then it is 90. It is 90, sir.
Correct. 90 minutes, guys. All right. Ghent's city icons are the 3 towers, the Castle of Counts, festivals, and Coubertins. The festivals, the Mystic Lamb, the City Pavilion. The City Pavilion, Mystic Lamb, 3 towers, festivals, and Castle of Counts. Or Coubertins, Group Beer, and Ganda Ham.
City icons.
City icons.
Castle of Counts,
Third
Festival,
one.
and Coubertins.
This one, the City Pavilion, Mystic
Pavilion.
Lamb, 3 towers. Let's try it. That's
Yeah. Oh, wait. Hold on. Stay there. City. Mystic Lamb.
You don't have to write it down. We can just answer it for you when you get to it.
Okay. Yeah, you should be good.
Okay. All right. What is the local specialty in Bruges? Tick all that apply. Pasta, beer, lace biscuits, chocolate swans. All
That
but
one's everything but pasta.
yeah, all but pasta.
Yeah.
Very good. Ghent is only around half an hour travel from
All of the above.
all the above. So it's like walking distance for everything, right? All right. Which Ghent city icon is this? Was that the
City
city?
Pavilion.
What is it?
City Pavilion.
Billion. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Which are some of the best family-friendly activities? Tick all that apply. Boat trip, visit to the park, visit chocolate museum, day trip. I already say all, but what do you guys think?
I know, right?
I'm gonna
Can you
try.
answer all of them?
Yep, it is all.
Oh,
All right. The city of Gent's main districts are
that's the one I'm at.
the
That's
University
one I.
Historic, wasn't it? Or no, wasn't it Historic and Art?
District Arts District and the
Yeah, the historic district and the arts district, I think.
I think so. Correct.
Means district. Yeah.
Why is Gent often referred to as medieval Manhattan? The three towers, right? It's the three towers, shows that it's like medieval Manhattan. All right, which Bruges city icon is this? Concert hall? Is that the concert hall? I think so. Yes, that's the concert hall. All right, why is Bruges often referred to as the Venice of the North? The canals.
Yeah, the canal.
All right, anybody need help?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Which are some of the best family-friendly activities in Bruges?
All of them.
It's all of them? Okay.
City icons was, let's see. City Pavilion. Yeah, I might need help with one or two.
Okay.
Only around half an hour travel from. Ghent is only around half an hour travel from.
All
Is
the
it all
above.
of the above?
Yep.
Okay.
All the above.
The Ghent city
Often
icons,
referred to as
are
medieval
they the three
Manhattan.
towers?
Those are the three towers.
The icons is all the longest one. It's like all of them. I
The
mean,
longest, thank you.
the one that has all of them listed. Anybody else?
What are some of the best family-friendly activities
All
in
the above.
Bruges?
All the above.
It's all.
All four. Yeah, that was right. All answers.
It's referred to as the medieval Manhattan.
The three towers.
Three towers.
Yeah.
Oh, the three towers.
What is the local specialty in Bruges? Is the chocolates.
The
Oh,
swan.
wait, it was beer,
all
the
of it
lace
but
biscuits,
pasta.
all but pasta.
And against main districts are,
The historic and the art.
okay.
Awesome. I got it. 100%.
And then
Yay.
the family friendly activities, was that all the above?
Oh.
All of them?
Yep.
Okay, I have one more. It's referred to as the Venice of the North because it was at the beer or the chocolate?
The canals.
No, that was the canals.
Oh, the canals. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, everybody good?
Yes. Do we just hit next module?
Next, and then it's going to take you to art and heritage and culture. Okay, everybody here?
Wait. Sorry, no. Where do we go? Sorry.
Go here to training. I
Training.
clicked next. It took me there. But you can go to training, but it'll take you to, we're on art, heritage.
There we go.
So,
Oh, you guys did.
yeah, we did
Did
all,
you do a different?
did
Oh
all,
no, you did those a different one.
yeah. So it's recorded here on my YouTube. I'll share it in the chat box so you can catch up and do this afterwards, and then that way you can get your certificate. All right, so art, heritage, and culture. This module aims to inspire and help agents gen up on some of the Flanders inspiring art and heritage attractions, including iconic artists, their homes, major pieces of work, and key museums. So introduction, Flemish Masters Program runs for 3 years from 2018 to 2020. So as you can see, some of these are older trainings, but at least gives us ideas. Promoting the region as a destination where visitors can discover the homeland of Rubens, Bruegel, and Van Eyck, whilst enjoying the work of modern-day Flemish masters, creative chocolatiers, chefs, and contemporary artists. Antwerp. Since medieval times, Flanders has been a melting pot for many different artistic styles, primitive, Renaissance, and Baroque. The region's creative, innovative nature is still a big part of Flemish identity today. Flemish Masters Program celebrates the legacy of Rubens, Bruegel, Van Eyck, and other great artists in the 15th to 17th century, as well as shining a light on contemporary art, dance, and even comic strips. Bruxelles. Throughout the 3-year period, visitors can discover new high-quality tourist services, enhanced infrastructure, improving the overall visitor experience. Unique feature of this program is that while you might be able to find the work of iconic artists in galleries around the world, only in Flanders can visitors immerse themselves in the landscapes these iconic artists visit and enjoy paintings in the exact locations they were painted for. All right, Gond Milo Profi. Look how beautiful the architecture is. It's so pretty there. So visitors will be able to see with their own eyes the landscapes that inspired Bruegel's greatest works. Wander in the footsteps of Rubens in Antwerp and see Van Eyck brothers' Ghent altarpiece inside the St. Gavo's Cathedral. This module will help you learn about the artists, their influences on the permanent attractions of the key cities, and highlights of the exciting event program. If you want to explore further, click here. Again, that will take you into a whole nother program, flyers, displays, etc. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next screen. All right. Who were Flemish masters? So you have Rubens, Peter Paul Rubens, widely known as a successful artist, but he is also an esteemed diplomat, polyglot, and art collector. Some even say he spied for William or Henry VIII. He's still considered one of the most famous inhabitants of Antwerp, and today his statue welcomes visitors to Groenplatz in his hometown of Antwerp. Rubens' brilliant spirit lives on in the city today, not just in the Baroque paintings and architecture, where visitors can discover more than 50 of his works in various churches, where they are displayed in the setting for which they were created. His home, studio, and grave are all located in Antwerp and can be visited on a permanent basis. Bruegel, an enigmatic figure, is in Flemish art Peter Bruegel. The elder is known for his picturesque landscapes of Brussels and its surroundings, where most of his paintings were created. He was fascinated by nature, humanity, and humor, and his colorful depictions of the rural scenes offer a rare glimpse into the day life of peasants in the 16th century. The Dol Griet, Mad Meg, and 12 hand-painted wooden plates depicting proverbs are his most iconic pieces, both found in Antwerp's Meyer van den Berg Museum today. 2019 is the 450th anniversary of his death, which Flanders will mark with a series of exhibitions and events and a brand new Bruegel Visitor Center. See a rare collection of 90 high-quality prints. Visit Notre Dame de la Chapelle, Brussels, where he married and is buried, and visit Bruegel Box at the Fine Arts Museum, Brussels. This unique exhibition projects videos of Bruegel's art and onto the walls so visitors can observe every minute or every unique detail of his masterpieces. You have Van Eyck. Jan Van Eyck, one of the Flemish primitives, is known to be the first to perfect the technique of oil painting. Along with his keen eye for details, precise observation, and brilliant use of colors, this propelled the art of painting and changed the course of art history forever. Jan van Eyck, most famous and worldwide renowned, is the Ghent altarpiece, the Adoration of the Mystic Lamb, made for St. Bavo's Cathedral. It is a 12-panel polytype that he and his brother Hubert worked on and completed in 1432. A painting which has been the victim of 13 crimes and 7 thefts since its installation. It also appeared in the film Monuments Men. Still today, the Just Judges panel has never been found since its theft in 1934. In 2012, a major restoration of the work started, and it came to light that for over 400 years, visitors haven't been looking for the real Van Eyck, but at layers of restoration, paint on top of the real thing. In 2020, the fully refurbished painting will once again return home to the St. Bavo's Cathedral in Ghent. I don't know. All right, Antwerp Baroque City. Flemish Masters program began in 2008 with the focus on the great painter Peter Paul Rubens and the city of Antwerp, celebrated Antwerp's Baroque cultural heritage and the lifestyle that is part of the city's DNA. The year-long festival may be over, but Antwerp has a great permanent collection of museums to delight travelers who visit the city. Permanent attractions. So Rubens, every visitor to Antwerp will be able to enjoy and experience Rubens and his influence in the city at one of the below key visitor attractions or church buildings. His statue currently resides in the Groenplatz to welcome visitors to the city. Rubens' house, Rubens' Huis. Rubens lived in the Antwerp home for many years with his family and painted with colleagues and assistants in the studio that he designed himself. Much of his extensive body of work originated from this house, and it is where he showed who he really was. Painter, art collector, diplomat, architect, and teacher. One of the most rare and important works is a self-portrait that returned to Rubens' house in 2018 after extensive restoration. Plantin Moratis Museum, other than the Cathedral of Our Lady and the architectural wonder Meissen-Guet, Antwerp also boasts the only UNESCO World Heritage listed museum, the Plantin Moratis Museum. This building was the site of a publishing dynasty and is home to one of the oldest printing presses in the world. Property was once owned by Rubens' good friend Balthasar Moratis, grandson of Christophe Plantin, and is the place where many of his engravings were printed. You have Snyder's and Rockhock's house, the former residence of Antwerp mayor of the time, Nicholas Rockhock's, and a friend and patron of Rubens, is a treasure trove of Baroque art. Franz Snyders had a reputation as a painter of still lifes, animal pieces, and hunting scenes, of which many can be found on display. Antwerp's 5 monumental churches, Cathedral of Our Lady, 4 masterpieces by Rubens are on permanent display here. Look how beautiful. St. James Church, this is where the artist was laid to rest. Rubens chose the painting for the altar, his own Our Lady surrounded by the saints. And then St. Charles Borromeo and St. Paul's churches, Rubens' talents as an Baroque architect are clearly visible in these 2 churches. So definitely beautiful sites to go see. Built in the 16th century, St. Andrew's Church by the Augustinian friars. This church is rich in 17th century art and Baroque altars. All right, other key openings. Rubens. So 2022, the Rubens Experience Center. Whilst this is not opening until 2022, which is now, of course, 2025, this will be a major new attraction in the center of Antwerp. It will be the ideal starting point for visitors wishing to experience Rubens in Antwerp. The center will be located near to Rubens' house and will provide access to the Rubens Gardens, as well as everything related to Rubens in the city. Reopening of the Royal Museum of Fine Arts, expected in 2023, currently closed for renovation. It will reopen in 2023, well worth the wait. 40% more exhibition space. Visitors will find two completely different worlds. The royal spaces of the 19th century return to their original splendor, and a brand new 21st century museum. In particular, it houses one of the finest Rubens collections in Belgium. Okay. 2019 experience, the world of Bruegel. Okay, take a quick look here. All right. Whilst little is known about the life of Pieter Bruegel, he was a highly inventive artist, and 2019 focuses on the world of Bruegel. The first series of activities have already kicked off in spring 2019 in Brussels and its surroundings. Then in autumn 2019, the focus will be on Antwerp. Key events: the world of Bruegel in black and white, October 15th to February. A once-in-a-lifetime overview of Bruegel's graphic work. Here you discover how Bruegel was more prolific as a printmaker than a painter. The Royal Library of Belgium has an unparalleled collection of Bruegel's work, and unique drawings will be exclusively taken out of storage for this exhibition. In Bruegel's day, prints would have been placed on a table for family and friends to examine. This experience is emulated with especially designed cases, so visitors can take their seat at the Bruegelian dinner table to give their thoughts on the work. Kind of cool. Feast of Foods, Bruegel rediscovered. And again, I know this is old, but you could probably go in and see what new things are coming up, okay? The exhibition Feast of Foods, located in Gasbeek Castle, one of Flanders' most stunning castles, celebrates a number of 20th century artists and explains how Bruegel became one of Flanders' leading cultural icons. Visitors are taken on a fascinating journey, immersed not only in paintings, but also music, literature, and film. It's a unique way of discovering Bruegel's cynical humor, his caricatures, and hidden messages, the way he glorified landscapes and the rural life. And then back to Bruegel experience of the 16th century. The Halle Gate is a beautifully restored 14th century city gate in the neighborhood where Bruegel lived. It is part of the second set of defensive walls that once enclosed Brussels and will open a virtual door into Bruegel's universe in 2019. Visitors will learn the hot topics of the 16th century, Catholicism, Reformation, the exploration of the world, and of war and peace. Virtual reality will bring Bruegel's paintings to life, and visitors will hear and see Mad Meg herself and other characters that the artist captured in his paintings. A virtual tour combined with authentic museum pieces will bring the artist's world to life. The World of Bruegel in October of 2019, again located 60 minutes east of Brussels, is Genschenburg, a unique open-air museum and park. The world of Bruegel will bring the artist's paintings to life. Visitors will see, hear, feel, taste, and smell life and landscapes from time of Bruegel. At various strategic points along the Bruegel route, visitors will be invited to enter 4 different worlds, which are housed to an impressive barns, themselves examples of historic craftsmanship. Each will bring different aspects of Bruegel's work to life in a stimulating modern way. Jean Bruegel, an excellent draftsman, Schneider's Rockox house in 2020. Jan, son of Peter Bruegel, first drew not only landscapes but also cityscapes, mythological scenes, and still life for the first time. Schneider's and Rockox house is bringing together some 50 drawings by Jan Bruegel the first, showing a less well-known side of this versatile artist. And then Madonna meets Mad Meg, Museum Meyer van den Berg, Antwerp. Thanks to master collectors, the public is able to enjoy outstanding work. Connoisseurs Fritz and Florent invite visitors to this museum, which houses Bruegel's iconic painting, The Dual Grit Mad Meg, as well as 12 hand-painted wooden plates by Bruegel, and each depicting a well-known proverb. All right, permanent attractions. Gaspé Castle, Brussels region. Gaspé, look how beautiful. Castle, just 8 miles south of west of Brussels, is one of Flanders' most romantic castles. Again, Valentine's Day. Surrounded by dramatic park scenery, nestled among the gently rolling hills of the picturesque Pajotland. For more info on the events, see Feast of Fools, Bruegel Rediscovered. Royal Museum Fine Arts, Belgium, Brussels, Bruegel Unseen Masterpieces. In this exhibition, 12 of Bruegel's masterpieces, which are on display in some of the most prestigious museums around the world, are presented in high definition detail thanks to technology provided by the Google Cultural Institute. This unique initiative offers visitors the chance to immerse themselves in Bruegel's work by honing in on the finer elements of each painting and assessing expert knowledge. Royal Museum of Fine Arts, Belgium, Brussels, Bruegel Box opens until December 2019. Museum hosts an intriguing art experience, allowing visitors to discover the secrets hidden in the Bruegel masterpieces. Videos, each dedicated to Bruegel painting, will be projected on 3 walls, floor to ceiling high, in ultra-high resolution images. Inside Bruegel Box, spectators will be able to mingle with villagers of Bruegel's proverbs, come face to face with the palm reader in the Sermon of St. John Baptist, or experience the fall of the rebel angels as if they were there. All right, Museum Meyer van den Berg, Antwerp, Mad Meg. After undergoing a thorough restoration, Mad Meg by Bruegel is back alongside the other old masters in the city of Antwerp. For more information, you can visit the museum thing here. And again, definitely great advertisements for museums and history buffs. Library of the Dukes of Burgundy opens in May of 2020. The Bruegel Walk. There is a free Bruegel Walk pocket-sized map available to visitors wishing to explore the hot spots of Bruegel in Brussels. Notre Dame de la Chapelle. This is where visitors can find Bruegel's memorial plaque and where he is buried. In addition, 10 characters from his paintings have been recreated and are hidden around the church, ideal for keeping young ones amused. Sounds fun. Dynasty Building, Beyond Bruegel, multimedia experience. Until January of 2020, at this Mont des Arts, visitors will discover a fun experience where Bruegel's art meets 360-degree technology. Visitors can also experience a Bruegel beer and brunch at the Plein Publia pop-up at the end of the visit. Also great for kids. And then a cycling tour in Pajotland. A Bruegel cycle route takes visitors past Gaspé Castle, St. Anne Pied Church, and lush green landscape that Bruegel depicted in his paintings. Bicycles are available to hire at this site right there and at the Eramas Hospital bike station. So sounds fun. Again, things for the family. Okay. Gent and Van Eyck. In 2020, Flanders welcomes back the masterpiece known as the Gent Altarpiece in its rightful home. Much of the focus this year will be on the work of Van Eyck. Organized by the Museum of Fine Arts, Gent, this large-scale exhibition is dedicated to the life and work of Flemish master Jean van Eyck. As a court painter to Philip the Good, Duke of Burgundy, Van Eyck was a particularly star of the time in the Burgundian court. The exhibition aims to create a unique experience in which the sumptuousness of the court is brought to life through paintings, sculptures, drawings, tapestries, and miniatures. Though the use of interactive technology, interactive technology, visitors will be witness to the most complete Van Eyck exhibition ever staged, including the outer panels of the Gent altarpiece and other masterpieces by Van Eyck. In 2020, Gent is honoring its great Flemish master during the year. OMG Van Eyck was here. The city will bask in the glow of Van Eyck and his masterpiece and put on many events. The Floralies that we talked about, 5-yearly flower plant festival, will be themed My Paradise, My Worldly Garden, referring to the famous Van Eyck masterpiece. And then Van Eyck's Colors and Design Museum, Gent 2020, exhibition about the innovative and diverse use of color, linking the past and present with each other, I should say. This exhibition is conceived as a walk through the 7 primary colors and universe of pigment which Jan van Eyck and his contemporaries explored. All right, permanent attractions, Mystic Lamb Visitor Center. A combination of original art treasures and modern presentation techniques in the new visitor center will be used to highlight the story behind the century-old Gent altarpiece made by Van Eyck brothers. On entering the center, visitors receive a set of augmented virtual reality glasses so they can see medieval murals, numerous works of art as they would have been seen hundreds of years ago. Visitors will also get to experience the different construction periods of the cathedral, as well as eventful history of the Mystic Lamb and its significance. St. Bavo's Cathedral returned to the Gent altarpiece, currently undergoing a major restoration of the Museum of Fine Arts in Gent. See below. Visitors have to wait until January 2020 for its return to its original location at St. Bavo's Cathedral. In May 2020, the restored panels and frames of the exterior side panels, highlights of the optical revolution exhibition at MSKA, returned to the cathedral. Completed in 1432 by brothers Jean and Hubert van Eyck, the magnificent masterpiece is considered one of the world's finest art treasures. No other artwork has been so sought after, and during its lifetime, this 12-panel polyptych has been the victim of 13 crimes, 7 thefts since its installation. The last theft on April of 1934, when 2 panels were stolen, John the Baptist and the Just Judges witnessed a ransom demand of 1 million Belgian francs. In a show of good faith, one of the panels, John the Baptist, was returned. No money was ever paid, so the final piece of the puzzle is still missing. Well, how sad is that? Once the restoration of the last panels is complete, the work will be put back in its original place on display at St. Bavo's Cathedral, and visitors will be able to witness this masterpiece in a condition not seen by the public for 400 years. A visit to see this newly restored art treasure will be unmissable. So definitely a must, right, guys? Museum of Fine Arts, Gent. Since 2012, the Gent altarpiece has been restored here, allowing visitors to watch the restoration in process and gaining insight into painstaking, detailed development. Each day, only an area the size of a postage stamp can be restored. Wow. Already, the colors, folds, and depths are remarkable, and finer details such as spider webs above the head of Jules Vijod and Elizabeth Boulot have been revealed during the restoration. On the last Wednesday of the month, the restorers are present for a Q&A session. Kind of cool, but only a postage stamp can be done. Kind of crazy, right? In a whole day. All right, other Van Eyck, a multi-sensory experience and trail in the city. Use of all the senses, see, taste, hear, feel, smell, experience, and more, as Van Eyck did in 15th century Gent and discover the city's features. Walking tour visitors to Ghent can participate on a Van Eyck walking tour of the 15th century Ghent, which connects the three important locations: the Museum of Fine Arts in Ghent, the Karamel-Klooster, and St. Bavo's Cathedral. All right, and last but not least, a celebration of the Flemish Masters permanent collections. Flemish Masters is made up of 40 carefully selected oeuvres away from the well-trodden and busy tourist trails, often to be found in smaller towns and villages across Flanders. They take visitors to a variety of places, chapels, churches, castles, and town halls where they can admire original paintings by the Flemish masters from the 15th, 16th, and 17th centuries in their original location. The stories of each item will be told using words and the latest digital technology. Touch screens with the state-of-art images will show the details of masterpieces, while audio will further enhance the visitor experience. For more information, you can visit there. Van Eyck and Flemish Masters, Groningen Museum, Bruges. One of the premier museum in Bruges, art lovers cannot miss out on a visit here. John Van Eyck's portrait, Margaret, the artist's wife, displayed here is not only one of the earliest female portraits in European art history, but one of the few tangible documents of Van Eyck's private life. Jan Van Eyck's astonishing illusionistic talents are even more obvious on the Madonna with Canon Joris van der Pijl, the largest single painting by the artist known to us. St. John's Hospital, Bruges, established in the early 12th century. This building has been preserved remarkably well. It began life as a former pilgrim's hospital with a chapel, since being transformed into a museum. Besides a presentation on the history, practice, and culture of the clinic, including medical objects and intact 17th century pharmacy, its main attraction lies in a world-famous ensemble of works by one of Bruges' prominent residents, the Flemish primitive painter Hans Memling. We have an updated version of the Fleming Masters Highlight, downloadable PDF file. You can click there or find it in a PDF gallery within your agent toolbox. Historium, great starting point for any visitor to Bruges. It shows what was like to live in the medieval Bruges during the Golden Age. From the atmosphere of the harbor and the cobbled streets to the workshop of Van Eyck in the multi-sensory interactive experience. This building also houses a tourist information desk on the ground floor. In addition, the Duvelorium Beer Cafe is situated on the upper floors and offer great views over the market square. Van Eyck and Burgundian Age, Bruges Museum. Admire this luxurious city palace of Lords of Brutus in all magnificent glory. After extensive restoration and renovation, visitors will once again be able to learn about Bruges and enjoy the outstanding collections of tapestries, lace, sculpture, furniture, and silver. The well-respected confidant of Dukes of Burgundy, Loderick von Brutus, was by far the most famous inhabitant of the Brutus Palace. Museum Hof von Bozen. Step into this majestic, magnificent Renaissance palace in the city of Mechelen, the capital of Burgundian Netherlands. Follow the footsteps of Hieronymus von Balsens, Margaret of Austria, Erasmus, and Thomas More. Learn more about the Burgundians' idea, about the city, about power, about craftsmanship. Not to be missed are the intriguing, fragile, enclosed gardens, and for families, children can have fun with the playful golden boxes found in each room. And then between heaven and earth, experience the Last Supper by Bout, St. Peter's Church, Leuven, opening in the spring 2020. The restored St. Peter's Church is a setting for an experience that touches all senses. Immerse yourself in the fascinating story of the Gothic Church. Renew your acquaintance with its art. Treasures 14 outstanding works of Flemish masters in their authentic context. Mixed reality brings Dirk Bout's Last Supper to life, lets you discover the vibrant Leuven of the past and present. All right, can you guys still hear me? Am I still going through?
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, test time. Everybody ready? Joel, can't hear, so I don't know. Maybe
That was a ton of information. I don't know.
I know. So
But it was beautiful. It was
Thank God we're doing it as a team. It
I
was
know.
beautiful.
something definitely I would never think of, but now it's like now I'm intrigued. I want to go see everything. So all right,
Yes.
beautiful. Okay, so again, as you guys know, the tests will be questions are different, or we'll get there. Which of these are Flemish masters?
The very first one.
Thank you. Rubens, Van Eyck, and Bruegel. Okay. Again, if this is your fifth question, we'll get to you. All right. Just remember Rubens is the first, okay? Which locations in Antwerp can you find Rubens' artwork?
By the way, Marnie, they're exactly as yours are.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. What was the last
All of
one?
the above.
Rubens.
It's all of the above, yeah.
It's the one that starts with Rubens.
Oh, okay.
Okay, second one is
Gotcha.
all of the above.
Okay.
What is one of Bruegel's most well-known paintings?
Mad Meg.
Meg, yeah.
Mad Meg.
Which painting will be restored and returned to St. Bravo's Cathedral in 2020?
Oh,
The Adoration of the Mystic Lamb.
Thank you.
yep. I think that's it.
Which year is Van Eyck celebrated? Is that the 2019?
2019, I think.
Nope.
No?
No.
I think it's 2020 then.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Which anniversary did Flanders mark in 2019? That's very good.
450
What is it?
of his death.
450th.
Of his death? Thank you.
Yeah.
Which of these are permanent attractions in Antwerp?
Royal Museum of Fine Arts of, I think it's the Royal Museum.
No, it's not that. It's not the Royal Museum.
Oh,
The Plantin Mortis Museum.
Yes.
Correct.
that one? Oh, all right. Well, I don't know. I didn't see that one.
All right. Which new experience center will you find in Ghent in Flanders 2020? Amazing
This new
House,
experience center.
House of Fun.
Experience
The
center.
Mystic Lamb.
You find in Ghent, Flanders. Center. Flanders, Flemish Masters.
Okay.
I think so. Was it the Mystic Lamp?
Yes.
Okay.
In which city can you find the Groningen Museum and Historium?
Bruges.
Bruges.
Thank you. And last one. How many years is the Flemish Masters program taking place? 5 years?
Flemish Masters Program. I don't know that one.
Is it two? I thought it was two.
I thought it was two.
I think it was 3. Yeah, actually, I was 2018 to 2020, I think.
It's 3.
Yeah.
It was 3.
All right.
Yeah.
At least I passed. Anybody else miss any or need anything?
I got what you got, Marnie.
Yeah.
90.
In which year is Van Eyck celebrated?
2020.
2018, 2020?
Yeah.
Thank you. And which anniversary did Flanders mark in 2019?
450 of his death.
Thank you. I was not
Yeah.
thinking that. And permanent attractions in Antwerp,
Read them.
was that the Antwerp permanent attractions, the Lavore, Michael, I'm guessing that's Michelangelo. The Planting
That
Museum
one.
or the
That
Royal.
one. That one.
Okay, Blanton, thank you. Just the one?
Yeah.
Okay. And the new center is gonna be the Mystic Lamb Visitor Center?
Yes.
That's what I thought. And which city can you find the, whatever that G Museum and Historium?
Bruges.
That's Bruges, okay. Thank you, you guys are awesome. And the master program was 3 years. And we're loading. Are you gonna give me my certificate or not?
Right.
Come on.
We're on cycling now. So 2 more guys, let's do it. Let's get her done. I know it's been a long day.
What are we on now, Marnie?
Cycling.
Cycling?
I just gotta you run to the restroom just for a sec.
Okay.
Okay.
It's making me do it over.
Cycling and Flanders Fields, and then we're done. So
All right. I'll just be right back.
Making me do it over.
Flanders Fields, I
You guys
love that poem.
Yeah.
all right. So cycling, everything you need to know about cycling in Flanders, from the easy to use node system, discover leisure routes across the region, key cycling attractions, and the famed sportive rides which Flanders is known for. All right, so Flanders and cycling has been inseparable for years. While Flemish inhabitants like to eat chocolate, drink local beers, yes, there's even a cycling beer, Quaremont, with its 6.6%, which sums up the average gradient of this cobbled climb, as well as enjoy a cone of French fries with mayonnaise. They stay fit by doing the typical sport of Flanders, cycling, whether that is gently cycling along by the river, climbing steep hills in the Flemish Ardennes, or riding through treetops in Limburg. Flanders is a cycling destination for everyone, from families embarking on their first cycling break to those cycle race enthusiasts on a pilgrimage to the most hallowed grounds in Flanders. So again, family oriented. In Flanders, you will quickly learn that Flemish people are especially passionate and knowledgeable about cycling. The Tour of Flanders is emblematic of the region, which had its 100th edition in 2016. Legendary homegrown cyclists include Eddie Merckx, Johan Museeuw, and Tom Boonen. And did you know the British 2012 Tour de France winner, Bradley Wiggins, was actually born in Ghent. Flanders certainly has a rich history of professional cycling and 2 great attractions to recommend to visitors, including the Cars Museum of Cycle Racing in Roeselare, West Flanders, and the home of the first Belgian to win the Tour de France, and the Centrum Ronde van Vlaanderen in whatever that word is, East Flanders, where visitors can learn even more about this sport. Newcomers to the world of Flemish cycling are welcomed with open arms. It is straightforward to rent a bike and to discover the region, which has one of the most comprehensive bike routes networks in Europe. There is even a handy tool to plan a cycle route in advance. Visitors can discover a wide range of cycle paths and areas, from old disused train tracks or by the side of the canals to cycling through water and even through tree tops in the region. There are endless opportunities to discover Flanders bicycle individually, as a group, or even a family-friendly boat and barge experience break. Read on to learn more. All right, comprehensive cycling network. Flanders has an extensive network of cycle routes that take you past beautiful scenery, villages, and attractions. By using the detailed route maps and road signs, visitors can easily follow the suggested trips or plan their own ideal cycle ride. Choice is endless. So that's kind of cool, right? It's possible to cycle through Flanders from one intersection to the next, where 2 or more cycle paths come together. This is referred to as a node. And we thank the Limburg mining engineer Hugo Ballen for inventing the concept of cycle nodes. Initially, nodes ensured that miners could find their way underground in the coal mines. Then in 1995, the same principle was applied above ground in Limburg. And that was how the first cycling network was born. Other provinces followed suit, and today the high-quality network of cycle nodes has made the whole of Flanders easily accessible. Cyclists simply cycle a route by following the signs from one numbered intersection to the next. Every intersection is signposted with a rectangular sign. This way, cyclers can put together their own desired route, thus deciding intersections they want to go through, and how long or demanding the tour will be. Routes can be traced out on a map or on the internet or download to a GPS tracker, so cyclists can easily navigate the roads by simply noting down the numbers of the intersections in the order required to take on their journey. And routes can also be adapted along the way. It's a simple, flexible system, and the following short video clip summarizes how the node system works.
Welcome to Flanders, a wonderful place to ride through. We've got hundreds of miles of fantastic cycle routes filled with beautiful landmarks just waiting for you to enjoy. Finding your way around becomes easy with cycle nodes, a network of the most beautiful cycling routes across Flanders. We've numbered all the intersections of Flanders' most beautiful cycling lanes. At every intersection, we've placed a sign with the number of the cycling node, as well as directions to the connected nodes. Pinpoint the places you want to go to on the map. The numbers make it easy to plan your cycling itinerary. Or plan your trip online. Just select the nodes on the map and print out your detailed cycling route, or export it to your cycle GPS or other device to navigate more freely. And if it gets rainy, you can easily adjust your route on the go with the mobile app. With cycling nodes, you ride more and navigate less. Go to www.visitflanders.com for more information.
Okay. All right. All right, for those wanting to take a longer ride over a few days, then we can recommend the long distance routes, LF, that crisscross the whole of Flanders. For the most part, these routes take cyclists down quiet backwaters with open cycle paths. In Flanders, there are 1,850 miles of main cycle paths, 750 miles of LF routes, and a total of 7,456 of cycling routes within the cycle node network. The route signposts are standardized and link in with routes in across the whole of Flanders. Okay. All right, cycling by province, part 1. Okay, so each province in Flanders offers a wide range of thematic cycling loops, top attractions, venues for the visitor, from beer-inspired cycling routes, WW1, World War I routes, to guided tours through city centers and various bike stores, to rent a city bike, be that a pedal bike, electronic cycle, or even off-road bike. Flanders has something for everyone. So you have East Flanders, Flemish Adrians. To the south of Ghent, you will find the cradle for the more experienced cyclists, the Flemish Ardens. No flat roads here, but wooded hilltops. Beautiful panoramas, tricky, steep roads, enough challenges for those who want to experience how professional cyclists feel. In fact, the region forms a backdrop for a multitude of professional road races. It also sets the scene for the highlight of the Flemish cycling year, the Tour of Flanders, Ronde van Vlaanderen. Every first Sunday of April, it feels like everyone across Flanders comes out to celebrate. And with the carnival atmosphere and wide community events, it feels like a holiday. All right, beautiful. Look at that. View from the Kompenberg, an absolute cycling monument known for cobblestones in the Flemish Ardens. Head to Flemish Ardens to see and learn more about the home of Flemish cycling heritage. Here, words to describe the steep cobbled hills of Flanders don't come easy. These vicious bergs would be considered insane in another country if introduced today as part of a professional race. But in Belgium, they are fundamental to the sport, even spiritually and demonic. Unique places where racing championships are revealed and leisure cyclists try to sample history without falling over. The Kompenberg Our requirement, Koppelmer, and Peterbird are considered the most famous birds in East Flanders. You have the Centrum Ron van Vlaanderen and the Tour of Flanders Center, located in Arendard. Here, visitors can immerse themselves in the atmosphere and magic of Flanders' most beautiful, thanks to multimedia applications, interactive attractions, and unique collector's items. The Tour of Flanders is brought to life. Visitors can get acquainted with the founder, Karel van Wengendel, the man who was responsible for the marketing and who gave the Tour of Flanders its legendary charisma. Visitors can enjoy 100 years of history of the Tour of Flanders and even experience the feeling of cobbles on the special cobblestone simulator. If they don't want to do it for real and see what it is to win together with the Flemish champions, the Tour of Flanders Center is certainly more than a museum. Cyclists can enjoy a shower on site after an intense ride in the Flemish Ardennes for only €2 per person. In addition, visitors can replenish their energy level with a delicious Belgian beer or Flemish delicacy. So cool for those, cyclists. All right, part 2, West Flanders, Reveland. The area of Reveland is located in West Flanders, known as the Land of Hills, offering a mixture of First World War sites and memorials, along with some relaxing leisure activities. See our module, Flanders Fields, for more details on World War I sites. In 1918, it was lost and regained during the last key battles of the First World War. Here, cyclists can climb the Kemmelberg, which belongs to the Flemish cycling heritage and is the highest point in West Flanders, named after the village of Kemmel, which lay in on its eastern slopes. During World War I, it was a scene of battle, but today it is a focal point of professional road race in the region of the heart of the Great War. View from the Koppelberg, an absolute cycling monument known for cobblestones, Flemish Ardennes. You have Peace Cycle Route. The Peace route offers ideal introduction to the Ypres salient, the old arch-shaped front line, which enclosed Ypres on 3 sides during First World War. It starts on the market square in the heart of Ypres and first leads to the Palenbeek provincial domain, Hill 60 and Hill 62. 3 locations of great strategic significance for the armies on both sides, and the route continues through pleasant countryside, passes a number of impressive military burial sites, including Tyne-Cot Cemetery in Passendale, the German Soldier Cemetery in Lungemart, and Essex Farm Cemetery in Bosing, where the Flanders Field poem was written. The Legacy Route, Zonnenburg, is the heart of the famous Ypres salient from World War I, the Battle of Passchendaele in 1917, where hundreds of thousands of soldiers were killed in a few short months of intense fighting. Still is an international symbol of the destruction of combat. The Memorial Museum, Passchendaele 1917, remembers vividly the Battle of the Passchendaele. The museum, situated in a beautiful castle park with huge lake and places to eat, is its ideal base for a tour to the ancient battlefields. With the Legacy Cycle Route, visitors can start at the museum and discover the rich heritage of the municipality of Zonnebeke in the peaceful manner. Wow. Okay. Part 3, Antwerp, Velo Antwerp. Antwerp's Velo City bikes are an easy, low-cost, efficient way to travel short distances around the city and feel very much like a local at the same time. There's a short, straightforward registration where visitors choose either day, weekly, or annual pass. The registration fee includes a 30-minute use of bike. Once registered, simply go to one of many docking stations across the city, key in the code received, collect the bike, and cycle. Return the bike to any docking station within a 30-minute period, and if the ride is longer than 30 consecutive minutes, a modest additional fee will be charged. Tip to avoid additional fees: return the bike within 30 minutes. Simply take a new bike straight away for an additional 30 minutes for no extra fee. For those intending to cycle for a longer period, such as half a day or a day, approach another bike hire operator. The Golden Palace route The Golden Cars route from Het Anker Brewery in Mechelen is popular with beer drinkers. The Golden Carless route links the brewery on the edge of the Bingwinge with De Melenberg Whiskey Distillery, 5.5 miles from Mechelen. This circular cycle route combines age-old monuments in the inner city with the lovely green and peaceful river landscape of Mechelen region. One advantage is to stop at Het Anker restaurant for a beer or choose a meal from the local cuisine. Visitors can enjoy the local stew made with beer to a refreshing sorbet or a simple coffee. And then Flemish Brabant. Svennes Cycling Center situated in Val, Tremelo. Svennes Cycling Center, named after a former professional cyclist competing in the cyclocross and mountain bike, is the ultimate location for everything off-road cycling related in Flanders. It's situated not far from the city of Leuven on the stunning Wallenberg grounds where the annual Road Svennes is organized. The Experience Center is the hub of the Svennes Cycling Center. Inside, visitors are immersed in the world of cyclocross. Beneath the championship jerseys, walk from the one historic cycling event to another victory. Check out Camper, where the cyclocross racers prepare for a race. Enthusiasts and novices can try their hand at cycling through the sandpit and matching the right tire profile to the right surface. The Experience Center also has a restaurant at the Café Velo. The terrace of the Café Velo looks out over the cyclocross track on the slopes of Wallenberg. It's the perfect place to relax after a visit, bike ride, walk, or cyclocross adventure. Svennes route the Hageland Hills, which are lined with rows and rows of vines and fruit trees, provide a stunning rural backdrop for a ride. But the steep hills also make for a grueling trek, as riders must be prepared to stand up on their pedals, just as Svennes, who crisscrossed through the Hageland from his Wallenberg during his many training sessions. This sporting route starts from the Sven Cycling Center, which Sven mapped out. 55-mile loop follows his favorite training route and provides a challenging ride with few beauty spots to take a break. And then the Brabant Content Cycle Route. This cycle route consists of 3 loops, 19, 25, and 28 miles, and contains many World War I sites. The first cycling loop departs from Affelglem. The second loop starts at Kapel op den Bos, and the last one from Steenhuffel. There are a total of 59 intriguing World War locations to be visited on the cycle routes. On the Wheel of Edinburgh, cyclists can try for themselves how Flemish cycling heroes prepare for races in their own area. It's possible to do it on 3 different circular cycling routes marked out for this purpose. Armed with a cycling map, riders can start and stop whenever they like at the information panels along the route. They can also take the digital options using smartphone. Just scan the panels along the way, and the riders will be immersed in the experience. All right, part 4, Limburg. Limburg likes to be considered the cycling region of Flanders, wants to be known for its quirky cycling attractions on offer in the region. Cycling through water. It appears the cyclist is miraculously riding through water without getting wet at all. At Doman Brojek, an attraction much like Beamish in the UK, allows bikes to cycle right through the Rogers Lakes, thanks to a path which was cut through the waterway, which reaches up to eye level at both sides. Sounds kind of cool. See how that works? This is all a part of the Lakes and Mining History Route, which combines the very best of Hosfeld and Gent. On the east side of Flanders, visitors will discover the region's fascinating mining history and can enjoy cycling through unique areas of natural beauty. Cycle through the trees. A unique cycle attraction is the Limburg province and the iconic bicycle bridge that lets cyclists ride between the crests of the trees in Bosland. With this innovative cycling route, visitors can experience nature in a very special way and enjoy spectacular Bosland scenery. Considered as Limburg's biggest tourist asset, The bicycle bridge, a double circle 330 feet in diameter and no less than 3,000 feet long, gradually rises to a height of 33 feet. By opening up the beautiful Bosland so spectacularly, visitors can experience this nature in a very special way. The region is also introducing innovative cycling products, so watch this space for new cycling attractions coming soon. Kind of cool, right? All right, Spring Classics Part 1. Flanders forms a backdrop for a number of professional cycling races and is typically the scene where history is made. Races are very popular and attracts a lot of people from all over the world. Here we guide you through the most critical races in the birthplace of cycling. Omloop Houtnosplat. Traditionally, the Flemish cycling season kicks off with the Spring Classic. The race starts in Ghent and finishes in Nunov. The cyclists have to defy several famous hills in the Flemish Ardennes, such as Ledberg, Barendes, Tuinberg, Mervan, Gardenberg, Eidenberg, and Molenberg. Yes, we know that's a lot of unusual names to grasp, but they are famed climbs, and this particular race marks the start of the Cobbles Classic season in Europe. You have E3 Bingbang Classic. The race starts and finishes in Harelbeke and mainly takes place in the Flemish Ardennes. It is part of a series of cobbled classics in Belgium in March and April, and the E3 Bingbang Classic contains anything between 12 and 17 short, sharp, cobbled climbs, mainly in the last 90 kilometers. Gent Wavel in Flanders Fields. This road cycling race, held annually since 1934, is one that is early in the season, so ensures that riders put their physical condition to the test. Cyclists often have to cycle in the wind and rain, in addition to doing several hard climbs, including 2 ascents of the steep and fully cobbled Commonboard. Legendary cyclists Eddie Merckx and Tom Boonen share the records of victories for this race and 3 wins each. All right, and then since 2015, the event was renamed Ghent-Wevelberg in Flanders Fields after the iconic war poem by John Macrae. Not only because the riders have been cycling in the Westhoek region and through the Menin Gate Memorial for years, but also because the organizers wanted to commemorate the 100th anniversary of World War I. The Westhoek region was at the heart of the Great War and is home to several Commonwealth war graves. All right, almost done. Spring Classics Part 2, Dwars door Vlaanderen. The Flemish cycling classic always takes place on Wednesday, starts since 2000 in Roselory and finishes in Wergrum. This race also belongs to the category of cobble races. While the first part of the races in West Flanders is mainly flat, the second part becomes more selective with a dozen climbs in the Flemish Ardennes. Despite annual changes, some of the regular climbs in the race are the Tuinsberg, Kruisberg, and Cotetru. The extra cobblestone road of the final typifies this race. Tour of Flanders, Ronde van Vlaanderen. While some riders set their sights on many different spring classics, others prepare specifically towards the biggest cycling event of the year. The Tour of Flanders is the undisputed crown jewel of the Flemish cycling year. There is no day that true Flemish cycling fans yearn for more than the first Sunday in April. On that day, a whole nation is roused by the race. Very first Tour of Flanders took place in 1913, and today the race is considered one of 5 monuments of cycling by the Union Cyclists International professional cycling governing body. The yearly race attracts 1 million spectators from all over the world, while 500 journalists make sure that every cycling fan stays tuned for the latest updates. The day prior to the professional race, 16,000 amateur cyclists can sign up to ride the route themselves. The course is real work. Most of the legendary climbs have to be tackled at the end of the race and are located in a relatively small area. These include the Oude Quarnrand, which is certainly the longest climb and feels like it never ends, while the fully cobbled Koppenberg is the steepest and therefore the trickiest climb. All right, the video.
Now we present to you a little two-wheeled heritage. Though the sport is fast-paced, some of the glory it enjoys now is thanks to the passion of a significant few. Starting in 1913, 100 years ago this year. What do you do on a Sunday when you're a poor farmer's son? Well,
Flanders fields. Beautiful, but not a lot to do, except maybe cycling. Flanders is ruled by cycling madness. Even the smallest village has its own cycling race. This brings us to Karel van Wijnendale. He loved to cycle the muddy and cobblestone roads, but soon discovered that he was a better writer than a sportsman. So he decided to combine his two passions into sport journalism. He founded in 1912 the first Flemish sport magazine, Sportwereld. After a year, Karel was looking for new ways to promote his magazine. Still passionate about cycling as a sport and with the example of the Tour de France in the back of his head, Karel decided to give the people of Flanders their very own tour, the Tour of Flanders. This is where it started. At the 13th of May in 1913, 37 participants registered at the Korenmarkt in Ghent. Of the 37 participants, only 16 reached the finish line. This could only be done by true Flandrians. And brave you had to be, because the route through the picturesque Flemish countryside wasn't exactly cycling for dummies. The roads, mostly used by horse and wagon, were in such a bad state that the French team pulled out of the race only last minute. Maybe they thought their bikes couldn't handle the Flemish cobblestones. After 100 years, the Tour of Flanders really is the summit of cycling in Flanders, and the people carry it in their hearts.
All right, Flemish cycling legend Johan Museeuw, aka the Lion of Flanders, dominated the Tour of Flanders for a decade with a series of 8 podium finishes, 3 victories. Hence, the Flemish media awarded him the highest accolade and of the nickname Lion of Flanders. All right, guys, we're almost done. Facts and figures, useful links. So there, if you want to save that, useful links here, cycling website, more information, and a useful app. So again, if you have somebody that's a cyclist and you want to market to them, go ahead and save that information. And we have one more after this, guys. So let's kick her out, right? Let's get her done. Okay. What sport are Flemish people especially passionate and knowledgeable about? Cycling, right?
Cycling.
Where was Bradley Wiggins actually born? Was it Ghent? I think it was Ghent. Correct. What is the easy way to navigate the cycling network in Flanders? That is the nodes, right? Correct. What shape are the road signs in Flanders that depict the cycle routes?
Rectangular.
Rectangular, very good. Thank you. What type of route is an LF route?
Long distance route.
Thank you. In which part of Flanders forms the backdrop for the highlight in Flemish cycling, the Tour of Flanders? Limburg, Flemish Brabant, and Flemish Ardennes. What's it? Ardennes?
Flemish Ardennes.
Thank you. In which area do you have to visit if you're interested in both cycling and World War I?
Isn't it Bojrach? Bockrach? Bockrich?
Not that one.
Nope, not that one. Try
Hoveland.
the first. Yep, Hoveland. Huh. Forgot.
What is the name of the bikes that you can take anywhere you want in the city of Antwerp?
Velo City Bikes, wasn't it? Or was it V?
Yep, that's it. Velocity.
V.
In which province of Flanders will you find the Sven Nys Cycling Center?
Antwerp.
Nope.
I think it's
Not
Flemish.
Antwerp.
Flemish?
I think so, yeah.
Which province?
Yep, it's Flemish.
Thank you.
What can you experience at the Tour of Flanders Experience Center? Museum.
The cobblestone.
Good.
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
Yay!
Sorry, I missed you on some part. I'm still on the fifth question. What was the type of route? Is it LF route?
Long distance.
It was a long distance. Okay. Or Flanders backdrop from how finishing cycle.
That's Andreas.
Oh yeah. If you're interested in both cycling in World War II, Hoeveland.
Yes.
Bikes that take you anywhere you want. In the city of Antwerp, Sabello, city bikes. That's one, Nice, Antwerp. Oh, whoops. Which province of Flanders will you find the Sven Nys Cycling Center?
What are the options?
East Flanders, Antwerp, and Flemish Brabant.
Flemishburg.
Oh, yep. Okay. All right.
You good?
And the last one, yeah. Well, I got 90%.
Well, at least
I
you
missed
passed.
one. Yeah. I still passed. Yeah. Okay.
All right, we're on Flanders Fields, our last one, guys. So thank you for hanging out. It's been a long day, but we'll get this one done and then you will. And up here again, agent toolbox, lots of information in here where you can go back and refer to things. So just keep that in mind. So Flanders Fields, a place to remember, okay? In this module, we will give you quite a factual overview of Flanders Fields, along with key destinations, must-see sites, and museums. Don't fear, we don't expect you to become a historical battlefield expert overnight. But after completing this module, you will have gained a wealth of useful knowledge to impress your clients with and to help you sell breaks to Cyprus and Flanders Fields. If you need any further information after completing this module, please visit the Agent Toolbox or take a look at Visit Flanders website for suggested itineraries and opening times of locations. So again, that'll give you more up-to-date information since, you know, this training was done in the past. You may be familiar with the most famous poem in Flanders Fields, written by the Canadian Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae in 1915. Flanders Fields is the area of the Western Flanders which saw some of the bloodiest clashes of the First World War, from August 1914 until November 1918. Once a beautiful landscape of peaceful homes and fields, it became tragically transformed into a mass battlefield where million soldiers were wounded, went missing, or were killed in action, At the same time, thousands of citizens were made homeless or left as refugees. The war destroyed entire cities and villages, devastating them beyond recognition. Today, the region's landscape tells the story of the war through hundreds of monuments and cemeteries of great historical significance for people from all over the world. Interactive museums explore the different aspects of the conflict, illuminating battles, daily life, and implications of war. Many visitors to the region may want to visit the cemetery where a relative is buried. Comprehensive list of the many cemeteries is available via the following website. Of course, the region offers more to visitors than just history of the war and remembrance tourism. It's bestowed with local breweries, artisan chocolate producers, great alternative tourist attractions, not to mention the superb gastronomy. So it's a great destination for a stay for a few days. Map below highlights some of the key towns and sites. Okay, so again, you take a screenshot of that. Okay, next. All right, Rijpris, Leper in Dutch, is a city where very rich and varied past. During the Middle Ages, Rijpris was a flourishing trading center, famous for textiles alongside Bruges and Ghent. During First World War, the town was reduced to a heap of rubble, being almost entirely destroyed by 4 years of warfare. Following the end of World War I, the citizens of Rijpris rebuilt their city with respect for the past. The memory of the Great War is kept alive, whilst the medieval character of Rijpris can be experienced in the cozy center or on the ramparts. In Flanders Fields Museum, the In Flanders Fields Museum is a must-see attraction in the city of Rijpris. Housed in the magnificent Cloth Hall, the museum was fully renovated in 2012 and now showcases over 2,000 original objects. Visitors will receive a poppy bracelet, which gives you up to 4 stories with a personal link based on either your name, town, or date of birth. Visitors can also climb the belfry to gain a magnificent vista of the city and the surrounding countryside. The museum has a cafe and is home to World War I Knowledge Center. Last post ceremony. Every evening at 8 o'clock, a deeply moving ceremony takes place under the vast arch of the Menin Gate. The origins of this ceremony can be traced to the British Army's traditional sounding of the trumpet to proclaim the end of a battle. The last post ceremony was first performed at Menin Gate in 1928 and has taken place every day since then. It briefly moved to the UK during World War II. This ceremony lasts about 15 minutes and each last post is different. There may be schools and bands from right around the world performing music or poetry or laying wreaths in respect of men who lost their lives in Flanders. On November 11th of November, Armistice Day, there is always a special additional last post ceremony at 11 a.m. Rijpris is still a living city, so visitors can enjoy numerous events which take place on a yearly basis. You can find out more here on this website or get an idea of what it's like to visit Rijpris. Take a look at this short promotional video. And 90th Century of Menin Gate took place in 2017. Okay, so that doesn't open up. All right, Messinines. Flanders Fields is dotted with hundreds of relics, monuments, and cemeteries which have great historical significance for the people of many nations. In 2017, the centenary commemorations focus on the Battle of Messines and the Third Battle of Rijpris, Passchendaele. Messines and Messines holds a special place in the history of the Irish people here. Here on June 7th, 1917, 2 Irish divisions, the 16th Division from Catholic Ireland and the 36th Division from the Protestants community in Ulster, fought side by side. The New Zealand Division also took part in the Messines offensive with 8,000 soldiers. In Battle of Messines, 7 to 14 June, was the precursor to the beginning of the Third Battle of Rijpris, Passchendaele. It was the most important British military victory of the war up to that point. The Messines salient was eliminated. In addition to British troops, units from Ireland, New Zealand, Mesen, and Australia, Plogastrit, also took part of the battle. As part of the attack plan, 19 mines were detonated between Hill 60 and Plogastrit under the German lines of Messen's Ridge, causing explosions which could be heard as far away as London. Some of the craters formed by these explosions can still be visited today, including the Pool of Peace, one of the largest. The tourist information point and museum in Messens includes an interpretive center telling the story of Messens and the First World War. And in the city stands a statue of the New Zealand soldier in memory of soldiers from the New Zealand Regiment who fought the Battle of Messens Ridge. Just outside Messens is the island of Ireland Peace Park, officially opened by Queen Elizabeth II and Irish President on November 11, 1998. Its central feature is a tower which is approached by a pathway leading past granite slabs on the right, and on which are inscribed quotations and poems from Irish soldiers, including Francis Ledwidge. Around the tower are standing stones which show the numbers wounded, killed, or missing from the 37th Ulster, 16th Irish, and 10th Irish divisions. This traditional round Irish tower aspires to be a symbol of reconciliation and is most noteworthy at 33.5 meters high because it is designed to light up by the sun only once a year on the 11th hour, November 11th, Armistice Day. At the entrance are inscriptions dedicating the tower in Gaelic and English to all soldiers from Ireland who fought and died in First World War. Separate standing stones list the battalions, including those of Munster, Leinster, Ulster, and Connaught. And the largest standing stone in the southeast corner is Peace Pledge. Memorials to the Irish include Memorial to the 16th Irish Division, erected in 1923, to the left, just outside the cemetery walls. Memorials to the 16th Irish Division and the 36th Ulster Division, a new memorial in the form of 2 stones. One set on each side of the road were unveiled in 2007, both inscribed with Irish comrades in arms, and both dated June 7, 1917. They are located roughly where the 2 divisions joined in their successful attack to take Wildstrike. Lone Tree Cemetery. The cemetery contains 88 graves, 6 of which are unknown individuals. Nearby, or nearly all the graves, are the soldiers of the Royal Irish Rifles who fell on June 7th, the first day of the Battle of Messens. Some of them were actually killed by the explosion of the Spanbrokamolin mine, which was blown around 15 seconds later than planned as they advanced. Spanbrokamon British Cemetery. All except for 1 grave are those of men of the 36th Ulster Division and almost exclusively used to bury some of those who fell on June 7, 1917. The track leading west to this encircles the mine crater, the Pool of Peace. Grave of Major William Redmond, MP. At 53 years old, William Redmond was one of the first nationalist volunteers to volunteer for the Army and is known for his famous recruiting speech in court in November 1914. After he was shot twice, carried off the battlefield, he reached the casualty clearing station at Loker, but despite all efforts, died of his wounds. The nuns buried him on the grounds of the hospice. Later, he was moved to the Commonwealth Cemetery, but at the request of his family, moved again to outside the cemetery walls. How sad. Zonnebreck and Passchendaele. All right, 2 small villages lying in the heart of the Ypres salient, which, like Ypres, were both completely destroyed during World War I and rebuilt after the end of the war. The Battle of Passchendaele is in 1917 was one of the most brutal of World War I. With 500,000 casualties in just 10 days, it consisted of 8 battles starting on July 31st and ending with the Second Battle of Passchendaele on November 10th, 1917. A visit to explore the story of Passchendaele should start with the Memorial Museum, Passchendaele 1917. All right. Yeah. Situated in a peaceful location, complete with lake, the Memorial Museum Passchendaele 1917 is housed in a striking chateau. Museum focuses on the military history of the war and in particular the Battle of Passchendaele. It displays material aspects of the war, including uniforms, weaponry, engineered constructions, battlefield, archaeology. A section consists of the international dimension of this war by focusing on the contribution of the various nations during the battle, and it ends with the famous work of art by the New Zealand artist Helen Pollock, Falls the Shadow. Baked with clay from Passchendaele and Coromandel in New Zealand, reconstructed dugouts and trenches create a realistic sense of what life would have been like for soldiers. Visitors can walk through historical reconstructions of several types of German and British trenches. Next to the museum is the Passchendaele Memorial Park, which is devoted to the remembrance of the Great War. This includes small poppy gardens dedicated to various nations that were involved in the Battle of Passchendaele. In addition, 3 walking routes have been developed, including a 2-mile route to the nearby Tyncott Cemetery. The Tyncott Cemetery is the largest Commonwealth War Graves Commission military cemetery in continental Europe, with almost 12,000 tombstones. The back wall of the cemetery is inscribed with the names of 34,957 missing soldiers who fell in the Battle of Passchendaele. There is a visitor center next to the museum, as well as toilets, and there is a cost to use. The name Tyncott or Tyne Cottage was the name given by the Northumberland Fusiliers to a barn, the center of 5 or 6 German pillboxes, which stood near the level crossing of the Passchendaele Bundeside Road. How sad. Okay.
Yeah, no doubt. That's pretty impressive. I mean, wow. 500,000 people in 10 days.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot.
People you're studying with.
Fun class, not depressing. But well, again, lots of great information. All right, towns and cities in Flanders Fields. Okay, Popperinge, small town of Popperinge, around 8 miles west of Ypres and near the French border, was often referred to by soldiers as Pops. It was one of only 2 towns in Belgium not to be under German occupation during World War I, and therefore provided a safe haven for Allied troops and for field hospitals. Because of this, the town houses one of the nicer visitor attractions associated with the war, Talbot House. However, you can also visit the chilling, devastating shot at dawn cells in the courtyard of the town hall. Talbot House opened in December 1915 as a clubhouse for soldiers where no distinction in rank or status was made, earning it the title Every Man's Club. Here, soldiers could forget about the war, make friends, play games, write a letter back home, even make music. It was designed by its infamous chaplain, Philip Tubby Clayton, to be a home from home, and the house and its contents have been well preserved, so that visitors today can experience it just like the soldiers did then. Visitors are encouraged to play on the original piano, to enjoy a traditional and free cup of English tea served by the volunteers in the beautiful small landscape garden. A true haven of peace, and explore the temporary exhibitions housed in the former bathhouses. Recently introduced are the new tablet guides. You can choose between a kid's tour or an adult tour, which is especially useful for those visitors who are unable to access all areas of the house, such as the chapel and its tiny set of stairs, where many of soldiers have climbed to the attic for one of Tubby's services. That sounds, I'd like to go visit that. Le Junsowick Military Cemetery. All right, situated near Popperinge, the hamlet of Neshintowick from 1915 to 1920 was the site of the largest evacuation hospital along the Ypres salient. Today, it bears witness to more than 4 years of warfare, with the second largest cemetery after Tyncott, with 10,784 soldiers' graves. The visitor center, situated next to the cemetery, opened in September 2012, offers information on this unique site, including details about the daily life in the hospital with its unique sound wall, maps, and multimedia screens. The pathway along the road along the cemetery, between the cemetery and the visitors center, also provides a unique, poignant reminder of the war. A piece of art consisting of a number of posts, each with the date at the top of the number of markings representing number of deaths at Lysander on each particular day. Yes, God bless them for their ultimate sacrifices. Exactly. All right. Dixmuide, the small town located near the River Reiser, is about 15 miles north of Ypres. In October 1914, the Battle of the Year of the Yser, the river's floodgates were opened to flood the Yser plain and to stop the advance of the German army. The river then became a front line throughout the war. When visiting Dixmuide, visitors should head for the imposing Yser Tower with its museum and explore the nearby trenches of death. Oh, right. Yser Tower Museum of 22 floors gives visitors an idea of life during First World War. Visitors have the chance to smell chloral and mustard gas, feel the fear of soldiers in the death trench, and marvel at the magnificent view over Dixmuide and the entire Westhoek region from atop the tower, which stands 273 feet. Nieuwpoort, city of Nieuwpoort is located on the Belgian coast where the River Yser meets the North Sea. At the end of the river is the Gazenpoot or Goosefoot Lock complex. And this was used to flood the Yser plain and to stop the German advance. A brand new visitor center opened in October 2014 on the site of the King Albert Monument adjacent to the Goosefoot Lock complex. Nieuwpoort is also a haven for boating enthusiasts and can boast Europe's largest marina. Other things to see and do in the region. So besides visiting the many World War I sites, this region has plenty of other attractions to offer, from cycling to enjoying some great food, lovely Christmas markets. Below are just a few attractions the region has to offer. And for more information, you can do tourismflandersfields.be. Bellward Park, not something that would immediately spring to mind when thinking about Ypres or Flanders Field. However, if the children are in tow, then this is a perfect day out to suggest to families. Children and adults will be highly entertained at this animal-themed attraction park, which combines rides, nature, and animals all under one roof. From white knuckle rides to children's play areas, this really is high on the list for fun and adventure. Hop Museum and Festival. The town of Poperinge is renowned for the growing of hops, one of the key ingredients in beer, so make sure to stop by the Hop Museum. There is even a tri-yearly hop festival in September. The last edition was in 2014. St. Bernardus Brewery. The Westhoek is a veritable paradise for beer lovers, offering a wide variety of different local craft beer. The St. Bernardus Brewery in Watteau, not far from Poperinge, is a beer that used to be brewed for the monks in Western Valeren under license. Nowadays, they brew their own range of ales, including St. Bernardus Triple, and visitors wishing to see how the beer is made can go on a tour of the site, including that all-important tasting element at the finale. An old cheese factory in another regional specialty, and something that is great byproduct of beer is cheese. At the Old Cheese Factory, visitors can discover everything they need to know about cheese and cheese making, with cheese products on sale in the adjoining cafe. Almost done. Okay, Flanders Fields, accessible for all. As a destination, Flanders puts great effort into ensuring that it can be accessible to everyone, irrespective of any disability that an individual may have. In recognition of the expectation that tens of thousands of international visitors will visit Flanders Fields during the sanitary period, a special emphasis has been placed in order that the total visitor experience, including transportation, restaurants, hotels, as well as visitor attractions and sites, can be assessed by the broadest possible public. Visit Flanders has created an accessible tourism symbol for the Great War Centenary. hundreds of buildings and sites across Flanders Fields has been assessed by Accessible Flanders from a range of strict criteria in order to give visitors with disabilities or people accompanying them a guide to their accessibility. Comprehensive brochure has been produced and is in the agent's toolbox. So again, you know, some people focus on accessibility and disability travel. So definitely a great resource now. Staying in other parts of Flanders and visiting Flanders Fields. So Flanders is a relatively small region, therefore it is entirely feasible to stay elsewhere in Flanders and to still take a day trip to Flanders Fields. Currently in 4 cities across Flanders, Bruges, Brussels, Ghent, and Austin, tour operators run day-long excursions to visit the battlefields, the museum, the cemeteries, and other points of interest. If Austin is used as an overnight base for a short break in Flanders, make sure to also visit the World War I sites in the city itself. Just south of Austin is the Atlantic Wall Museum. This open-air museum is a unique historical site of modern fortification with around 60 German constructions, such as bunkers, trenches, and observation points from both world wars. It is also worth noting that whilst many of the major battles of World War I took place in Flanders Fields, other parts of Flanders felt the impact of the war. Over the centenary period, many other cities such as Leuven, Ghent, Antwerp, and Brussels will have sites that host special exhibitions, or hold commemorative events. You can find more information about the different World War I sites, exhibitions, and museums along the way. With opening times in the trade brochure in the agent's toolbox, you'll also see sites that are marked by use of the flag for regions and nationalities to help identify dedicated Welsh, Irish, Australian, New Zealand memorials. All right. Test time. Thank you guys for hanging out and appreciate it. Hope you learned a lot today. In which province of Flanders is Flanders Fields located?
West.
West Flanders. Thank you. Correct. How far is Popring from Ryprus? 4 miles, 8 miles, 12 miles, 30 miles?
8 miles.
Thank you. Correct. What is the name of your museum located in the Cloth Hall in Ryprus? Memorial Museum, Hop Museum, Talbot House, Flanders Fields Museum. The name of the museum.
It's not Talbot.
It's Flanders Fields.
Flanders Fields Museum. Thank you.
Yeah,
True or false? The cities of Ryprus, Zonnebeke, and Passchendaele were all rebuilt after the end of the war. True or false?
That's true.
Zonnebeke and Passchendaele. Oh, okay.
At what time each night does the last post ceremony take place? Is that 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
Yeah. Which day of the week does the last post ceremony not take place on?
Takes place every day.
The Memorial Museum Passchendaele 1917 has a walking route to which cemetery? The Timecott?
Oh, is that tower?
The third one.
Lawson Military?
Military.
Nope, I'm wrong. Don't pick that one.
Yeah, it's a Timecott.
Timecott. I think that's what I thought it was.
All right. What drink can visitors to Talbot House typically enjoy? Additional
tea.
Tea. Yeah.
Tea. English tea.
Yeah. From which of the following cities is it possible to book a day-long tour? All the above, right?
All the above.
One more, guys. One more. Let's do this.
Right.
In which city on the coast can you find the brand new World War I visitor center called Westfront? At Austin?
On the coast, can you
Newport.
find the brand new?
It's Newport.
Newport. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh,
Ding, ding, ding.
I am not.
Well done.
Not for me. The
All right.
Museum Pasadena has a walking route to which cemetery? Was that the Tiny Cot Cemetery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. And what drink can visitors
The T.
to Tucker?
E.
It was
The T. T.
oh, traditional English tea. Okay, I didn't see that one. I was like, wait, what? I see milk. I see Coca-Cola. All right, which of the following cities is it possible to book day-long tours?
All of them.
All of the above, right? Yeah, okay. And which city on the coast can you find the brand new World War I visitor center called West Front? Was that
Newport.
Austin? Oh, the Newport?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I think I got it. I missed the first one. I still passed. That's all that matters.
So they have an online survey. Always do those. You never know. They'll get your information, maybe send you something as a thank you. Download your certificate. Congratulations, everybody. So you can download it, review it. So again, congratulations. I know this was a long one. For those of you that didn't catch the first courses, you can catch up. It's on my YouTube. And then you'll get this beautiful certificate. Again, lots of great information there, especially for
Ooh, that is cool.
People that love like cycling, love smaller getaways and stuff. This is a great course. So yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate you. Tomorrow
Awesome.
we are doing tomorrow we're doing Australia. Next week, we're doing Oasis Hotels and Atlantis. So those are some good ones. So don't miss out next week. And as we always say, your business for yourself, but not by yourself. If we don't see you at the beaches of the world, we'll see you at the bank. Again, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Have an amazing weekend. Thank you for hanging out for 3.5 hours.
You too.
It's been a long one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Course, I like it because it keeps my mind going, right? I so now my dogs, they'll want to go for a walk, and but yeah, so they every time I get done, they're like, oh, she's done, let's go. So
Yeah. Me too.
yep, appreciate you. Go have some lunch, some dinner, have a great weekend, and hopefully we'll see some of you tomorrow for Australia. If you join us, TBO Academy is this Australia one, so you're already registered, so you're good to go on that. And have a great night,
All
guys.
right.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks,
So
Marnie.
You're
you're doing
welcome.
it tomorrow?
Thank you, Marnie.
Thank you tomorrow, same time, same place, 10 o'clock.
Yes, tomorrow.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay.
All right, we'll see you then. Bye, guys.
All right. See ya.